Morning, everyone. Isn't it a beautiful, sunshiny day here at CSL West Georgia? We're delighted that you are all with us. And now we'd like very much to introduce our beautiful meditation this morning, done by Cheryl.
Good morning. And now we're just going to take a few minutes just to come within, just to get quiet. And you may want to just gently close your eyes. And as we begin to take deep breaths, we just relax. We're going to relax the body. And as we take a deep breath, when we let it out, we relax all the little muscles around the eyes, the cheeks, the mouth. And we just let all the tension of the week drain out. Just let it go. And we feel that peace passing through our body, down through the arms and torso, and into our legs and feet. And we just relax, leaving the outer world behind. And we come into a beautiful open space. Where we see grassy plains and beautiful mountains in the distance. And we feel the gentle sun and breeze. And we put our blanket on the ground and we sit down. We get comfortable. And we feel this peace of the universe. And we begin to come into our inner space, where we feel our inner, our spirit, this golden white flame of spirit that is us. And we know that we are part of this universal intelligence, consciousness, spirit, God. Thank you. Thank you. As we are part of this spirit, and so is everyone and everything else. And as we go forward this week, we look at the inner flame of every individual, every creature, every blade of grass. But this is who we really are. And now as we start to take deep breaths and come back into this room, we remember that we can go to this place at any time during the week. And as we take deep breaths, we feel refreshed and joyful and happy. And we say, and so it is.
So it is. That's such a beautiful sound. So pretty. Sounds like the rain on a sunny day. How beautiful is that? Thank you, Cheryl. And now together, I'd love for us all to read our vision and mission statement. And if you'd all stand, comfortable doing that. I can't always stand comfortably. CSL West Georgia is a joyful global community where everyone belongs. Through our unique spiritual teachings, we provide a safe environment to experience compassionate living. And our declaration of principles, I believe there is a one creative intelligence operating throughout the universe. I believe my purpose is to allow this divine mind to express in, as, and through me. I know that this divine presence is a power for good, which responds to my conscious use to create a life filled with health, love, peace, and success in all things. I use it now, and I rejoice in it. And so it is.
Please remain standing and sing with us. Our congregational is I Remember Who I Am. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. Yes, pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who you are and who we are. It's pure spirit. We are light. We are light. We are love. We are joy, we are peace, we are wisdom, and beautiful harmony. We are pure spirit. I remember who I am. I remember who I am. I remember who you are. I remember who you are and who we are. It's pure magic. Let's sing it one more time. I remember who I am. I remember who you are. I remember who you are and who we are. It's pure magic. sound good this morning. Welcome, everybody.
And speaking of pure spirit, our reader this morning is Lily Jones. Lily is pure spirit. Let me tell you, we are delighted that she's with us. Give her a hand. Thank you, Lily.
Woo! Woo! Get up here.
Come on down, Lily. Looking gorgeous as always.
Morning, morning.
Is that tall enough for you,
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good morning, everyone. The reading today is taken from the book The Circle of Life by Don Miguel Ruiz. He's author of the international bestsellers, The Four Agreements, sorry. Okay. Prayer for forgiveness. Today, Creator, grant me the courage and the will to forgive the people I love the most. Help me to forgive every injustice I feel in my mind and to love other people unconditionally. I know the only way to heal all the pain in my heart is through forgiveness. Today, Creator, strengthen my will to forgive everyone who has hurt me, even if I believe the offense is unforgivable. I know that forgiveness is an act of self-love. Help me to love myself so much that I forgive every offense. Let me choose forgiveness because I don't want to suffer every time I remember the offense. Today, Creator, help me to heal all the guilt in my heart by accepting the forgiveness of everyone I have hurt in my life. Help me to sincerely recognize the mistakes I have made out of ignorance and give me the wisdom and determination to refrain from making the same mistakes. I know that love and forgiveness will transform every relationship in the most positive way. Thank you, Creator, for giving me the capacity to love and forgive. Today, I open my heart to love and forgiveness so that I can share my love without fear. Today, I will enjoy a reunion with the people I love the most, and so it
And
is.
so it
Thank
is.
you.
Thank you, Lily. Connie and I have a song for you this morning called Our Loving Will Change the World, and it really will. We invite you to sing along wherever you feel like it. Love, 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 everybody. Love, 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 when it's hard to love, love. Our loving will change the world. Love, 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 everybody. Love, 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 when it's hard to love, love. Our loving will change the world. Share. Share, share, share who you are, and share, share, share when it's hard to share, share. Our sharing will change the world. Sing, 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 sing all together. Sing, sing, sing when it's hard to sing, sing. Our singing will change the world. Care, 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 care for each other. Care, care, care when it's hard to care. Our caring will change the world. Find me here, singing for you, heart wide open for what we came to do. Wind in the trees sings a melody true. Love everybody, let the love shine through. Yes, love. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Our loving will change the world. Sharing. Our sharing will change the world. Our singing will change the world. Our caring will change the world. Our loving will change the world.
I'm back. We have a treat today. Yay. Dr. Tamara is back with us. Yay. We are very, very excited. And for those of you who missed her introduction last time, I would like to give it to you again. And it's from her book, because she is now an author. And I've read it twice. Don't miss it. I am telling you right now, do not miss it. Dr. Tamara Stevens, which being a Stevens myself by marriage, I thought maybe there would be a connection, have a little family somewhere. So she is family. She's a wife. Her husband is Andre. She's got a boy mom times 3. All 3 are here, including her heartbreaker. So we're delighted that they're here. She's an assistant professor of nursing. She's an author. She's a speaker and a coach. She often tells people that God did not give her any girls because her energy for girls was being saved for her nursing students. For over a decade now, she has been mentoring young women trying to find their way in the world of nursing and in life. Her own story of progression with all of its joys and challenges has been the inspiration behind her desire to help others gracefully transform into the best version of themselves. Tamara graduated with her undergraduate degree in nursing from Georgia State University in 2003. She obtained her master's degree in 2012 and her doctorate in philosophy degree in 2018. Along her education and professional journey, she also devoted significant time to enhancing her spiritual awareness. Through journaling, prayer, meditation, reading, and dedicated time in nature, she learned how to get the most out of her time here on planet Earth. Her goal now is to share what she's learned along the way with as many people as possible. And we are the grand recipients of that today. Please welcome Dr. Tamara Stevens.
Okay. I don't need this one, right? Okay. Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? I think so. Yes, on. Okay. Well, hello. hello. And thank you so much for having me back. Once again, I am really, really honored and grateful to be back here to share with you for a little while. Since the last time I was here, we have entered into a new year, 2024. So happy 2024 to everybody. I have also transitioned into a new decade of life. So I am now a proud, I have to look at this word, quinquagenarian. That means 50 to 59. So I just turned 50 and up to the few months coming up to this 50th birthday, I was thinking, how should I feel about this thing? I'm not sure. I think about phrases like over the hill. And I know that really young people in their 20s and 30s, they think when you're 50, you're old. So I'm like, am I crossing that bridge? Is it coming? But I could only think about how exciting it was, right? I really honestly felt excited to be turning 50. It's like somebody when I became a teenager. You know how when you wanted to be a teenager, you wanted to be a teenager. That's how it felt. And I think for me, the knowing that it's almost a miracle that I made it to this age. You know, I walked around for so long with depression and anxiety and things that felt so heavy that I just didn't see a long future for myself. So the fact that I was turning 50 was exciting. You know, I could only be grateful. I was not only able to survive, but I was able to thrive during this journey. So great gratitude is what I have, and I'm excited. So I've been telling everybody I'm 50. I go to the grocery store, I'm 50. I'm telling my students, which I would never tell them, but I'm like, I'm 50, I'm 50. And so anyway, yeah, I'm 50. I didn't want to leave you guys out. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm talking about. I wanted you to know too, I'm 50 now. So thank you. It just happened last month. Thank you. So I'm just excited about it. But anyway, I promise you, I did not come here today to talk about my age. Okay, that was, I just wanted you to know. I came because I wanted to talk about creating evidence of your limitlessness. Evidence of your limitlessness. I think it's important for us to be reminded that we are unlimited beings placed here on earth, having this human experience to fully express as humans, grounded in happiness, harmony, prosperity, and peace. I think it's important for us to remember that when things occur in life that produce ideas of limitations, that it's our responsibility to create evidence of our limitlessness, not only for our own sake, but for the sake of people that are going to be watching and growing from our experiences. So that's why I want to talk about creating evidence of your limitlessness. So recently I was on a podcast. I've been doing podcasts. It's a new experience for me. And this particular host, her first question was, what was the most courageous thing that you've ever done? So immediately my mind was flooded with lots of situations that I had to brave my way through, right? So I said, okay, I just need one. And so I decided to talk about one that I feel like not only took courage, but it also changed the direction of my life. So I told her, I said, well, the first thing, one of the first things that I did that was really courageous was completing and submitting an application to college for the first time at Georgia Perimeter, which formerly was Georgia Perimeter. It's now Georgia State. I completed that application and I submitted that application. And that was the most courageous thing I did, because up until that point in life, I didn't have any evidence that I would be accepted. I didn't have any evidence that I could be successful if I was accepted. And I definitely didn't have any evidence to even show that I had the ability. I knew how to be a student. So I was applying and I was having these dreams, but I was standing in a place of fear in doing that, because I didn't think I was going to be accepted. Up to that point in my life, I was still teetering through fear and self-doubt and pain. And one of the biggest pain factors, one of the biggest things I was afraid of was rejection. So being rejected from that school would have been pretty devastating for me, but I did it anyway. I was courageous and I did it, and I was like, let's see what's going to happen. So when I think about that and I think about all of the things I didn't have evidence of, I will tell you that all of the information that I had about myself to that point, particularly when it came to going to school, was grim to say the least. Even as far back as I can remember, even in grade school, I struggled. I struggled to read. I struggled to write. I struggled, even math was like a foreign language. I didn't know what the heck they were talking about when it came to math. And it seemed as if all of my classmates were 20 steps ahead of me. I felt like something was wrong. I often felt dumb and stupid. I was embarrassed and ashamed because I just didn't know what everybody else knew, and I couldn't do what everybody else could do. So I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know why I was like that. I just knew it was a thing. It was something I was dealing with, and it was scary. And then one day, something happened that kind of solidified all of my worst fears about myself. Um, my father, well, my cousins and I were having a conversation. We were having a little girly conversation. 14, I was 14 years old when this happened. So we were having a girly 14 conversation, and the conversation was about what are we going to be when we grow up? When I grow up, I'm going to be, right? That conversation kids have when they're fantasizing about being adults. And so we were just having a good time talking, and my father overheard us. So when my father overheard us, he decided to join into this conversation. He started to give his insights and his predictions. So he started with one cousin. He said, "You're going to be a teacher, probably married to a police officer." How he was so specific, I don't know, but he said that. He told my other cousin she was going to be a lawyer because she was already a great debater, and she would probably need to marry another lawyer so they could debate together. And then he stopped. He didn't say anything else. He just started to engage my cousins in more funny details about their futures. So of course I said, "Daddy, hey, what about me? Hey, what does my future look like?" And my father looked at me. He turned his head and he looked me in my eyes and he said, "Sugar, your future doesn't seem so bright." He said, "You will probably have 3 or 4 kids and work at McDonald's and live in government housing because you won't live here with those kids." So that was apparently very devastating for me. It was, again, very embarrassing. And he was sealing the deal about how I already felt, right? He just gave me that little bit of extra confirmation that something was wrong with me. And it was real evident because at that point I hadn't started cutting up. I did afterwards. I hadn't started really cutting up in life. I was trying. It just wasn't working in regard to school, in regards to school. But when he said that, a week later, I survived my first suicide attempt. And I didn't die, obviously, right? I didn't physically die, but I can tell you that all of the hopes and the dreams, all of the vision that I had for myself in the future died. It all died. So I disengaged in school at 14. From 14 on, I don't even know how I was making it to different grades because I was totally disengaged. And I dropped out of school when I was 17. I got married to my husband, still current husband, at 18. I had Kai when I was 20 years old. But I still had this prophecy looming over me. So all of the jobs that I applied for were fast food. I worked at Crystal's, I worked at Taco Bell, I worked at McDonald's. I was married, but even when we got married, everybody said teenage marriages don't work. That's not going to last. So I had that in my head, and I also had the fact that my dad said I was going to be a single mother. So I was kind of waiting for that shoe to drop, You know how we do? We wait for the thing to happen. Every argument we had, I was like, "Oh, this is the divorce." Every argument, we could be arguing about toothpaste. I thought it was the divorce, okay? So I went through life. I went through 11 years of trying to live up to my father's prediction, trying to wait to see when is all of this going to happen. So let me see, where am I? I do this every time. All right. So again, when I applied to school, by the time I applied to school, I had 2 of my sons. I was still married, hanging by strings, but we were still married. And I applied to school with no evidence of my great potential, but a lot of evidence that I was limited. Does that make sense? Just a lot of evidence that I wasn't going to be able to do anything. It took a lot of years, a lot of time, a lot of work for me to even get to a place where I considered a different life for myself. I had never even considered it. So once I considered it, it took even more time and effort and courage for me to actually take action. And that action was saying, I want to be a nurse. So I'm going to fill out this application and I'm going to submit it and see what happens. Once I took that one action, that one simple action, everything else seemed to fall in place. I did get accepted. And I was able to get through the prerequisites and get accepted into the nursing program and succeed in the nursing program. And that's what I needed. I needed that to happen. I have been reading books, all of these books by Tony Robbins and Don Miguel and Michael Beckwith. Those are the books that gave me the little bit of courage, a little bit of hope that I had. So now I was trying to apply. Let's see if this stuff really works. And it did. It really did. I created the evidence that I needed. And I tell my students to this day, me getting through that program was the proof that I could do anything that I wanted to do. And nobody's predictions or nothing else in the world limited me as long as I knew that I was limitless. Okay? So as I've grown spiritually and professionally, I've come to realize that so many of us walk around using our human experience to prove untruths about ourselves, right? Either consciously or subconsciously, we tend to create these experiences and this evidence that we are less than or that we are limited in our nature. Some people allow, like I did, some people allow other people's visions of them to be the grounding for their limited self-belief. Some people allow societal norms and philosophies like you're too old to go back to school, or the background you come from, hinders you from working in certain professions. So we let these things sink in and kind of guide us on our journey. Nowadays, social media, right? We have these influencers influencing us. And sometimes making us feel like we can't do something. I have a girlfriend who's really good at putting on makeup. She's an older lady and she puts on her makeup so perfectly and beautifully. And she said to me, I would love to do a YouTube channel for older women to apply their makeup in a way that complements their aging skin. And I was like, that is really a good idea. Why don't you do it? And she said, girl, have you seen those social media ladies who do makeup? They are all so beautiful. Who's going to watch or listen to me? That's a limiting belief, right? She can do it. She's great at it, but she has allowed what she sees every day to impact what she thinks she's able to do and be successful at. So again, either consciously or subconsciously, we tend to navigate through these limitations and we stray away from the very moves that we need to make for growth and evolution in our own journey. The bottom line is, regardless of where the ideas of limitation are born, it's like we build this brick wall between us and the potential that God has gifted us with. Right? There's this wall. We're here, that potential is there, but we're saying all of these limitations are preventing me from getting to that other side. I believe that God is always working to move us to our greatest potential. God will send messengers into your life to help you disassemble those bricks, right? But sometimes we're so attached to that brick wall of limitations that we fight to keep it up and keep it intact. I call them yeah, but conversations, and you'll know what I mean. Yeah, but, right? Yeah, but. So have you ever been talking to somebody about something you wanted to do, but you are the one coming up with all of the limitations? Like, oh, that's a good idea. You should start that YouTube channel. Yeah, but everybody else is so pretty. Or yeah, but I don't have the money. Or yeah, but I don't have the time. Or yeah, but I'm too old to start over. Those yeah, but conversations, right? And the messenger is trying to help you disassemble this wall, but every time they take one down, you put one back up with another yeah, but. So I think we have all been the yeah, but person, the person with the limited thinking, right? But we have also been the messenger. We've been the one trying to disassemble somebody else's brick wall, and we know how it feels. Am I lying? We know how it feels. It's quite frustrating. But when it's us, when we're the yeah butter, It just makes sense. It's like, yeah, I can't do that because all of these other reasons. Ricky Byers has a song, and some of the words in her song says, "The power of God is guiding me to surrender to what I've got to be. With God, all things are possible. With God, all things are bountiful." This is good news, but it's a little scary because it tells us we aren't limited, we are limitless, right? We are of God, and with God, all things are possible. So there are no limitations to things that we want to do. Our entire existence in this human experience is to contribute to the evolution of the universe, right? The universe wants us to be and to do everything that it is that we want to do. So when there's a desire in your heart, it's there for a reason. If there's a thought in your mind that you just can't seem to shake, it's because the deepest part of you knows what it's trying to be. Ernest Holmes, in the book Science of the Mind, chapter 13, titled Causes and Conditions, Ernest Holmes writes, "Never limit your view of life by any past experiences. The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce the imagery or divine imagination. It is not a question of failing or succeeding. It is simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes a tangible reality. The illusion is the way in which we look at things. We look at poverty, degradation, and misery until they have assumed a gigantic proportion. Now we must look at harmony, happiness, prosperity, plenty, peace, and right action until they appear." End of quote. To think that you can't do anything because you're limited, or to think that you can't be who you know you need to be, is essentially is an illusion and is an indication that you need to adjust how you're looking at your life situations. When we doubt ourselves and our abilities, we are essentially doubting the power and the intention of the master creator. The ability to emerge from limited thinking and beliefs is there. We only need to create the evidence of our limitlessness. You only need to take action to note and to notice those what you think of as limitations, and take action to start chiseling it away, because it's false, it's not real, and it'll be easy to chisel away once you start. And again, I say all the time, I didn't have any evidence that I was going to be successful in school. I had all the evidence to say that I would not be. But once I was, I knew I could do anything. There was no limitation. That's why I kept going back and setting new goals for myself, because I knew that whatever I desired, I was desiring it for a reason, right? God put those desires in me. That's how I felt, right? It wouldn't be there if I wasn't meant to do it. So even when it came to writing a book, I struggled to write that thing, y'all. It took a long time. It took way longer than it was supposed to take, but the thought wouldn't go away. Even when I tried to say, I can't do this, and put it away, in the back of my mind, it was like a little rabbit just scratching at you, right? It had to get done. So I didn't know if I could do it, but I knew I should be able to do it because the thought wouldn't go away. So we must know, and we must keep in the knowing that our potential is infinite. We must listen to the whispers of the universe, and these whispers are in our hearts. They are in the desires that we can't shake, even if they seem impossible. We must ask ourselves, why am I not doing what I want to do? Why am I not becoming who I want to become? Then we must recognize the ways in which we're using limiting thoughts to guide our inaction. And then we must be very intentional about taking bold steps. Even if the steps feel ridiculous and impossible, Take the step towards your desires. Take the step and watch how God shows up to show you that you were never limited and you've always had everything that you needed to have to be and do whatever it is you want to do. Once you take that step, once you see it working out, because things will work out, you just need to start. You need to start the momentum. You would have created the evidence of your limitlessness. And you will not only continue on your own journey in more confidence, because all you need to do is prove it one time to yourself, right? So you'll continue more confidently in your own journey, but you'll also be able to inspire others, right? People learn from what we've been through and what we had as limitations or perceived limitations and worked through. So remember your unlimited source. Remember that the master creator wants you to have a full human experience, not only for you, but for all of the wonderful gifts that wonderful and unique gifts that you have to offer the world. You are not to lay on your final bed full of potential. The master creator wants you to evolve to your greatest potential. The master creator wants you to fully contribute to its own evolution and expansion. So be courageous, take the first step, watch God work, and then share your evidence. And so it is.
Right. We get all our participants up here. We got a song for you this morning by the great prophet James Taylor. All right, everybody ready? Ready? Okay, and we invite you to sing along and have some fun with us, okay? You can play the game, you can act the part, although it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how do you stand there with your broken heart, afraid of playing the fool, when one thing can lead to another? It doesn't need any sacrifice. Oh, father, mother, sister, and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. You just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna feel much better if you only will. If you only will. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. And things are gonna be much better if you only will. If you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. And this is widely known. Tell me, what will you do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself, all alone? Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, your love begins to flow. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel. It's always getting the oil. How about helping us out a little bit? And shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna turn out fine if you only will. If you only will, yeah. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. If you only will. My sister Deborah suggested the song for us. So Deborah, this one's for you. All right, we need a little hand clapping out there, folks. Help us out. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You got to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. You got to shower the people with love. Open your heart today. Let it rain down love. Show them the way that you feel. Let it rain, let's shower your people. Shower the people with love. Love. Shower the people you love. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Thank you, Rachel and Lily and Connie.
Move my tripping hazard, right? That was wonderful. Did you all happen to see the James Taylor and Carole King on PBS special? They did that song. And I thought, oh my goodness, you channeled it. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you all, ta-da. Let us all thank Dr. King again. Excuse me, Dr. Stevens.
You just got promoted. You're a king now.
Beautiful. We want to have her back. In the meantime, y'all, this is her book. You can get it on Amazon. I've read it, as I said, I read it twice. And I will read it again. Each time now that I've read it, I have found something else that connects. It is very much, every page is like an aha for me, but it's just absolutely wonderful. So, you know, please see her about it, but you can order it on Amazon. Did you bring a couple of copies?
They're on the table.
She has 2 copies left. Last time she was here, you all bought them all. So, but those of you who don't have it yet, I highly recommend it. It is an extension of this wonderful, wonderful lady over here. We are so grateful to have had you. The book is called, well, of course, there's an art to enhancing your life experience. And as we can see, she's a living example of that. All right, everybody. Now it's time for conscious giving activity. Spiritual giving is an opportunity to express our gratitude and open our consciousness to receive greater abundance. It is the practice of participating in the circulation of universal good. We have 3 ways to give here at CSL West Georgia. You can put cash or a check in the envelope found in your bulletin. You can donate online by accessing your personal Breeze account using the Breeze mobile app on your phone. You can also donate electronically with your phone by using the information found on the back of the bulletin. This information is also being placed in the chat window for our online viewers. If you donate online, either using your phone or your Breeze account, please put an online giving card in the collection plate to acknowledge your contribution. If you did not pick one up at the door, you can get one from our usher. And if you all would join me in our conscious giving. Now, as one consciousness of prosperity, let us say together, freely I give with a feeling of abundance, knowing that my gift blesses others and myself as well.
Freely I give, freely I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Freely I give, freely I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, giving from my heart and from my soul. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold. Lovingly I give, lovingly I give, and the gifts come back to me tenfold.
And together we say, I am grateful for the divine givingness circulating abundantly through my life, our community, and our world. And some announcements for the day. You all notice that Gloria and Kent aren't here today. Kent is having some health issues this morning, so please send out some healing prayers to both he and Gloria, of course, as they're supporting him. And we want them to know we also are supporting them. Next Sunday, ta-da, Reverend Merle will be back, which we're all excited about. And he'll be delivering his message. I'm not sure what his theme will be, but we will let you know. Also remember, we're having a very special event on March 31st, Easter Sunday. Nelta is here today. Nelta Scara and Emily Bryson will be presenting a beautiful sound bath ceremony with their crystal bowl sounds, and it is gorgeous. Were you all, who all was here last year? We did it last year. Yes, and it was absolutely beautiful. Do not miss it. It is a wonderful, wonderful way to spend Easter Sunday. And we are very grateful to have both Nelta and Bryson and Emily Bryson as part of our community. So thank you very much in advance. Our midweek study group is on Thursday nights at 7:30 here in the building. And the group's going to be finished with the book that we've been currently using. And so we're going to be starting a new book. And it's called Your Mind Can Heal You by Frederick Bales. Everyone is welcome. So please join us. We can do it online, but Dorothea Tana, who helps run the group, will need to know ahead of time if you're going to join online, right, Dorothea? So that she can be prepared, okay? So I join online because I don't drive at night. I'm old, y'all. So, but it's great. So you get to participate whether you're here in the building or not. But being in the building is number one. This is where you want to be. And if anyone would like some prayer support, please see our practitioner. You can do that online. You can talk to her. You can leave a message. We have cards over here for Shauna. And we have an area back here in our office that we do private prayer support. Shauna's not with us today. She's out of town, but we can still certainly use her services. So please, if you have a need, fill out the card and put it in the box, and we will make sure that she gets it. They're collected every week. And if there are any visitors that we have today for the first time, if you feel comfortable, would you raise your hands so that we can all say, yay, you're here?
Hello.
Ta-da! She brought sunshine with her, didn't she? Sitting there in her pretty yellow glasses. Thank you, honey, for coming. We appreciate that. And we have a gift packet for her. Social media. Everyone, we were talking about social media this morning. Social media can be a very, very good thing. And we look at it as a very good thing. Join us on Facebook, all of our different ways that you can connect with us. YouTube, we're out there, folks. So please join us on any of the social media apps that you use. And if you want to watch today again, which I'm going to do when I get home. Chris couldn't be here today. He's overrun with work. So I'm going to have him watch it. I'll crack the whip. It'll be mom. So today we'd like to do our closing affirmation together. Stand and say our closing affirmation together. And when we're finished, we all love to join hands in a circle in the middle of the center and sing the peace song as we all go out together. We go forth today knowing that we are God's blessing in the world. Only good comes from us. Only good comes to us. And so it is.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With Spirit as our Creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my song.